down there. We live on.
Shalom.
Before we get started, we're going to turn to these, give all praise, honor, glory, and worship unto
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakudash.
which is to say all praises to the Heavenly Father. The name is Yahweh, and the name Ba'ashem is in the name of the only begotten Son, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakudash, Rakabi, Spirit, Hakudash, the Holy. All right, which is the Holy Spirit that gives us inspiration. Prophesy down on His kingdom. All right, today's date is April 22nd. April 22nd, all right, 2023, man. The hopeful year that all the prophecies come to pass. You know, and the reason why the apostle named it that year is because you got all the prophecies on the table. You know what I'm saying? Everything is right in front of you. You know what I'm saying? It says in 2 Peter that the end of all things is at hand. You know what I'm saying? Therefore, be sober and watch out for prayer, I believe. You know, run for prayer, pray for the scripture. You know, you got niggas acting like animals right now. And you still got food trucks coming in every Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. You know what I'm saying? We got people like the chick y'all was talking about Chicago. I seen a video of Eve. When you say Eve, we're talking about the so-called black woman. She was in Walmart crying because the Walmart was destroyed. But you don't even own the fucking Walmart. And that's not the only Walmart in Chicago. You know what I'm saying? But these people, when they see destruction, you know what I'm saying? When they see a little part of their reality broken up, you know what I'm saying? They ready to fold and break. So how much more when you don't have no resources, man? Yes. That's why the scripture say you're going to be in a pitiful case.
She's perplexed.
Right.
Like the Lord said in Luke the 21st chapter. And how the Lord Savior, he was telling his disciples that, man. You know what I'm saying? But he said that. Perplexity and distress of nation. When you go into the word perplex and perplexity, it goes back to like not knowing what to do. Okay? So yeah, confused. So like the brother going into in the time that's coming, these people ain't gonna know what to do. Go ahead.
This is St. Luke, chapter 21, verse 25. And there shall be signs in the sun, and in the moon, and in the stars, and upon the earth, distress of nations, with perplexity, the sea and waves roaring. You know, and that's what you see all over the world. I was watching like the random news videos pop up on YouTube. They was talking about how Pakistan is going crazy right now because they don't have no food because the inflation is at a 50-year high and people are starving to death, man.
I think they said like 30-something people are starving over there, no food.
Hey, right, so the scripture just said distress the nation. You know, the scripture spoke about the signs of the sun and the moon. It says, verse 26, men's heart failing them for fear and for looking after those things which are coming on the earth. And your heart can get equated with your mind. So she was in a state of, you know, her mind was failing her. You know what I'm saying? The scripture say that thy eyes shall fail, you know, for thy vain hope. You know what I'm saying? Because you hoping in this system, you hoping that Walmart stay open forever, man. Literally, man.
Yeah.
You know?
That's what the scripture say. You know, woe to them that put the trust in Egypt and make it Pharaoh their strength. I don't know if I'm mixing up the 30th or 31st chapter.
You talking about Jeremiah 17? Trust the man and make the flesh their arm?
No, I'm talking about making Pharaoh his strength.
Oh, Isaiah 30.
Yeah, Isaiah 30.
Right. It says, and for looking, reading on St. Luke 21, verse 26, men's heart failing them for fear and for looking after those things which are coming on the earth, for the powers of heaven shall be shaken. You know, and the powers, you know, of heaven are being shaken. You know, the powers being the powers that be. You know, Esau, Edom, and his destruction is being shaken up because of the hand of the Lord that he's shaking over. I'll tell you Isaiah 19.
Except for what you quoted was a First Peter about the English 9. We are in the end times. This is the book of Ezekiel chapter 7. Begin at verse 1 and it reads, moreover, the word of the Lord Yahweh, Hashem Yahushua came unto me saying, also thou son of man, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, Hashem Yahushua power unto the land of Israel, and the end is come upon the four corners of the land. Verse 3, now is the end come upon thee, and I will send mine anger upon thee, and will judge thee according to thy ways.
Right. Yeah, it said that the end has come upon the four quarters of the land. Historically, it's talking about the land of Israel. Right? You know, but prophetically, It's talking about right here, right now, because Israel is a people before it's a place. If you could just go to the skip to the 5th chapter real quick. 5th chapter, yeah, just to prove that the people that Israel is a people before it's a place. Because somebody said, well, that already happened. Verse
It's the book of Ezekiel, chapter 5, verse 5, and it reads, "Thus saith the Lord Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushai power, this is Jerusalem.
This is Jerusalem.
I have set it in the midst of the nations and countries that are round about her."
Right, so the Lord set Jerusalem in the midst of the nations and the countries round about her. Did the Lord literally take the whole city and pick it up and break it up? And no, the Lord actually took the people of that land and scattered them throughout the four corners of the earth. All right, today they're known as Negro, Latino, and Native Americans, so called. But you can jump back to the subject. Back in the book, so the Lord's going to bring an end upon the land, or bring an end upon Jerusalem again.
Back in Ezekiel chapter 7, verse 3 again, and it reads, "Now is the end come upon thee, and I will send my anger upon thee, and will judge thee according to thy ways, and will recompense upon thee all thine abominations." Verse 4.
There's no consequences for your actions, man. But you then again, you people believe in so-called karma, man. So you people are completely out your fucking mind, man. This is why the Lord's gonna destroy 2/3 of you people as well as you heathen nations, man.
Right. Yeah, recompense means pay back. So the Heavenly Father gonna recompense Israel, pay them back for their wickedness, man. Like, you know, like for example, like these women completely out of order. See, that's why the Heavenly Father gonna file a majority of women. There's more women on the earth. They are wickedness. The Lord said that. It's a rock. The scripture say about all wickedness is little. You know what I'm saying? Because these women, they wine is wicked, women is wicked. The Rubabel, they wrote the letter to the king to see which one was the you know, and edification.
And you know what? It's spiritual about that. Not to digress, but you made me, because I put something in the group chat about, I think it's a show or something. It was all Jake too. It was a female, and she had a husband and a boyfriend. They all sitting like in a triangle, and basically somebody knocked on the door. I don't know how scripted it was. I don't know. Like I said, I was on Facebook for a particular reason, and just so happened to come across this shit. Long story short, somebody knocked on the door, and it's a third man. So she trying to introduce another man in the relationship.
Yeah, this shit called seeking brother husbands. That's what it is. It's on TLC.
And to show you how goofy these goofy, I don't know how much you get paid, but like what type of man would accept it? You know what I mean? Like, so when you said the wickedness of a woman, that, you know, or like for instance, a woman sitting up there looking a man in his face talking about this is his child. You got a lot of that coming out. This is my child, and they come to find out 3, 5, 10 years later, this ain't his son. This ain't his child. Women, and even a female commented on that, she said women are some of the most conniving and trifling fucking, you know, beings on the planet, because they can look you right in the face and lie dead in your fucking face, you know what I mean?
And smile at you.
And smile.
And Israel was participating in this type of behavior even in the land of Israel. Participating in the same type of behavior, the same type of lifestyle. You know, flamboyant, clean, all this type of, you know, because it's a particular spirit that was on Israel, you know, that wicked spirit. You know, so they was participating in all these, have one with 3 husbands. They was doing that shit in the land of Israel. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing newer than son.
Back in verse,
All right, just to back you up with the scripture, how was talking to that woman, he said, thou hast had 5 husbands, and the man who you with now is not your husband.
So, great point. And this was 2000 when the Lord was on the scene. So they was being forced sluts. Niggas was being beta males, effeminates. You know what I'm saying? Exalted women. That's why even Paul was telling the church of Corinth. He wrote the letter to that. You know what I'm saying? He told Timothy too. Women don't teach. He was telling a lot of the churches that when it came to women like that, because they was allowing their women to do certain. Let your woman learn at home. But she learned anything. You know what's going in. Exactly. Yeah, because that was the conclusion of the matter. He said, for the Lord is not the author of confusion. That's where women breathe.
Right, for men, we lean on logic.
Yeah.
And women, they lean on their emotions.
Right.
So you got a bunch of men trying to figure out something in the scriptures, you know what I'm saying, that require logic and requires spiritual discernment. But then you got women in the mix bringing their emotions. That's confusing.
Like the bitches that said the 7 women to take part. It's gonna be his mama, his grandma, his daughter, his auntie. That's what they're saying, bro. You know what I'm saying? So that's a perfect example of the point that you were just, the explanation that you were just giving, bro. That's a perfect example of it. Because they going off of their emotions. They read the scripture, 7 men. Oh, hell nah, them babies ain't having 7 men. Yeah, be right. Niggas like, they ain't using logic like it's the women are 7 to 1. They not using that logic. Go ahead.
Back in Ezekiel chapter 7 and verse 4, and it reads, "And mine eye shall not spare thee, neither will I have pity, but I will."
Right, because the time of pity is now. Right, just like then the Lord was sending the prophets out. That was the time of pity, the doors of mercy. That's when the Lord was having mercy to the Lord. Right?
The second Ezra chapter 9, verse 10, for such as in their life have received benefits and have not known me, and they that have loathed my law while they had yet liberty, and when as yet place of repentance was opened unto them, understood not, but despised it. Like the brother said, that now is that time of liberty, you know what I'm saying, which is grace, you know what I'm saying, which is a time frame to get right, you know what I'm saying, a time frame to pay what is owed, you know what I'm saying, and in order to pay what is owed, okay, you have to repent. But that place of repentance, that door is eventually going to be closed, man.
Seek ye the Lord while he may be found, man. And right now is that time. Because like the brother said, or like the scripture say, soon repentance is gonna close, man. And there's gonna be a lot of weeping and gnashing of teeth because they in their security right now, man.
Niggas had to going back to the Ezekiel the 7th chapter that the brothers back then niggas had cattle, they had a little substance, right? Niggas still had the same, it's a particular type of mentality. Like that nigga Country Wayne said, or the nigga Funny Marco. It's a mindset thing. So it's a particular type of. These niggas had the same mentality that they got now. It's just worse. You know what I'm saying? It's at the height of it.
Right, like you said, we're destitute now.
Right.
So like, you can have a mindset with some substance, with some sovereignty.
Yeah.
But the Lord made you destitute because of that mindset. And now you still got it.
There's nothing more under the sun.
Wait, actually, I wanted to read this for you. It's Isaiah 55, verse 6. Seek ye Yahweh while he may be found. Call ye upon him while he is near. Let the wicked forsake his way, and the unrighteous man his thoughts. And let him return unto the Lord, and he will have mercy upon him, and to our power, for he will abundantly pardon.
And that's why what the scripture say, to seek ye the old path, man. Because like the brothers bringing out in Ezekiel, it's a time that's going to be coming where it's a lot of things that's going on right now. You're not going to be able to. You're not going to have the liberty to do so. Man. So it's not going to be one woman with 3 men rotating around. You know what I'm saying? Being a whore and stuff like that, man. Because there's going to be a time when those men is going to be trying to save themselves.
Women going to be getting rapid.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that shit ain't gonna be. It ain't gonna be convenient to be a slut no more. Because the value of being a slut is gonna disappear. Being a whore, that shit gonna go throw the baby out the window with the bathwater. You hear me? All that shit going out the window, flushing it down the drain at the same time. That's gonna be no. You know what I'm saying? Because society gonna be destruction. So, society gonna be destroyed.
That's why hoes feel safe.
Exactly.
Because of societal structures.
And then what's that? Isaiah the 13th chapter talks about that wives shall be ravished. Because women are not going to have any value in that day. Right now, women can put on makeup, prance around, making it seem like they're the prize. But when the laws go out the window, you know what I'm saying, and a man is feeling that itch, he's gonna look for the closest thing walking without a mechanism between their legs.
I sent that video of the one chick talking about the guy following her home and all of that.
Yeah.
Escort. You were gonna eat. And that was local, right? Yeah, you gonna eat the fruit of your doing.
Well, yeah, well, they showed you that on motherfucking Players Club when I still did. That bitch, I said I want to money with you. The nigga Myra, he followed that bitch home. He wanted to get busy.
This is Isaiah 13, verse 12. I will make a man more precious than fine gold. Even a man
the true high value man, like Kevin Samuel used to talk about. You know? Like the apostles, the elders, the brothers say, man, well, Lord willing, we're the elect, but the elect men, they're the true high value men. You know?
Even a man than the golden wedge of Ophir. Therefore I will shake the heavens, and the earth shall remove out of her place in the wrath of the Lord of hosts, and in that day his fierce anger.
Right, you guys talking about the destruction. Right.
And it shall be as the chased roe, and as a sheep that no man taketh up.
Right, when it's referring to the chase roe, it's talking about these people going at each other, man. You know, running each other down for goods, resources, sex, you know, whatever, man. You know what I'm saying? Arms, legs, blood. We got blood.
They shall every man turn to his own people.
You got bloodthirsty people out here right now, man. They're just in the basement. So-called white man. They have a book out there called The Collective Negro, man. Check that book out. It's documented that these Edomites, they treat Jake as a delicacy. When that head is removed from 2/3 of the people, the Negroes, Latinos, similar Native American Indians, man, and the prophets, the Lord willing, we got enough. We don't sit back and laugh and watch you be destroyed.
They shall every man turn to his own people.
Right, because if you're not going to really trust somebody of another nation at the very minimum, you know what I'm saying? But you're still not going to really trust people of your own nation, because eventually the situation is going to get so dire that families is going to get divided. You know?
Scriptures say that man's clothes will be of their own household.
Right. So this is like the beginning of sorrows, like it says in Matthew 24, because we know it's going to intensify beyond a man chasing one of another nation.
Yeah, the Lord said it's going to be 5 in one house, 3 against 2, 2 against 3, something like that, because they're going to have different beliefs and they're going to have different philosophies and things that they hold to. Like some of them going to try to be moral people, you know what I'm saying, try to maintain their integrity, so to speak, when shit hit the fan scenarios occurring, you know, like, no, we can't do that, we can't, but yeah, exactly.
They're gonna try to keep up morals, but then majority of people though, those people gonna get wiped out, man. Because people, the scripture say that the love of many shall wax cold, man. And, you know,
The scripture was that 2nd Ezra chapter 15 talk about a man should have no pity on his neighbor. So they're gonna be breaking up in the houses. It might be a little child. They might step on that child's head to get to that food. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, the Lord gonna put a terrible spirit out here.
And I was trying to say that he didn't come to bring peace, but rather division. You know what I'm saying? So, this division is going to be a severe one, man. Because you think that your mama and your daddy and your sister and brother love you. Wait till they got to feed their family. Now it's going to be their family against your family, man. It ain't going to be no collective agreement.
We look at what happened with just the pandemic. You know what I mean? Like, you had family members calling on other family members. You know what I mean? You had family members not letting family members into their homes. You know what I mean? Yeah, brothers have testimonies on that. So how much more so when shit really hit the fan?
Right, that's one of the things that Yahushua prophesied about. You know what I'm saying? That was going to be taking place in the last days, because when you read Matthew the 24th chapter, the disciples was asking him about what's going to be the sign of, all right, when all this is going to happen. And he was giving them certain scenarios that was going to happen. And when you go down like to the 10th verse, it said, because of iniquity shall abound. You know? The love of many shall wax cold. So,
crazy. That's why when you go to the comments, people always say, you know, that's why I keep my heater. That's why I have my gun. That's why this, because people are already hip. You know what I'm saying? They love and they tolerance of people is very low right now. Right. This is the book of Luke, chapter 23, and verse 31. For if they do these things in the green tree, what shall be done in the dry? You got it, Shema.
Oh, well, yeah.
Hey, even down to people hating their own, people don't even got the same type of love for their family members now. You know what I mean? So what more when, this last piece of bread, this last gallon of gasoline, this last, these people gonna kill each other, man.
Yeah, and that was happening in 2000 when the war was on the scene. Because there was a situation between two brothers, and he was like, Lord, tell him, he told the Lord to tell him to do something about an inheritance and money, some of money. If brothers know the precept, they could get it. And then the Lord was like, who made me a judge over you? And that's when the Lord went and cursed his ass out and said, it ain't about what you own, what you got in this life. A man's life is seeking out for the things that he owns. So this was going on back then. They was over money, killing each other over what you call those things, like say for instance, that'll tear a family apart. Like say for instance, if you got a generation of, you got the father, the grandfather, whatever, he leave them in a will. Huh?
You got the grandfather's business.
The grandfather got a particular business, right? He leaving in the will to this amount. You know what I'm saying? They all fighting over this shit.
It's true to say that money is the root of all evil. The love of money is the root of all evil. When you think about money, it's not just gold and silver or paper dollars. It's also just just a substance that you have.
This is, you want me to read that?
Yeah.
This is St. Luke chapter 12, verse 13. And one of the company said unto him, Master, speak to my brother that he divide the inheritance with me.
Yeah, so he worried about money and inheritance. The Lord prophesied about this bitch, Jerusalem gonna be compassed with arms. You talking about inheritance?
Here it is, the Lord standing in front of you.
Yeah.
The one thing you want to ask the Lord.
Oh my.
Is tell my brother to divide the inheritance. Tell this nigga to share the wealth. Lord, not breaking about wealth.
Yeah, yes, bro. Yes, I hear you. Yes, come.
St. Luke chapter 12, verse
I give me all the understanding like you, Lord. This guy, give me a double portion like you gave Elijah gave Elisha. Give me a double portion, Lord. Yeah. And then the Lord gonna cuss him out.
Verse 14. And he said unto him, Man, who made me a judge or a divider over you? And he said unto them, Take heed and beware of covetousness.
Yeah, you beware of covetousness, man. And that's what's wrong with the majority of our people. I swear she was walking by not long ago, bro. Bro, you hear me? Like, no count. I remember she was walking by not long ago. She probably was. I know she was like cussing somebody on her phone. That's what she was a weirdo to. But it's like you read it again.
This is St. Luke chapter 12, verse 15. And he said unto them, Take heed and beware of covetousness, for a man's life consisteth not in the abundance of things which he possesses.
Yeah, right. Like that don't determine your status and the shit that you got. That don't matter for real. Like Paul said, well, he was talking about his reputation in keeping the law, but yeah.
You got something called a real nigga. You know what I'm saying? And they got criteria for what make you a real nigga. You know what I'm saying? Usually it's the type of shit that you got.
Yeah.
You got a bag. You know what I'm saying? You got a bad bitch. You know what I'm saying? You got a nice whip.
It's like how you had in high school jocks. That, you know what I'm saying? You got the jocks, fucking nerds, the cheerleaders. It's just like this. And it was America, big fucking high school music with the nigga Zac Efron leading this bitch. You hear me? Like what the hell, man? But the Lord cussed his ass. Look, man, ain't about you worried about the wrong thing. That don't determine who you are, man. The Lord said he told the poor this world, rich in faith, man. We don't gotta be having stuff,
Yeah, I back it up for more. It's 1 Timothy chapter 6, verse 7. For we brought nothing into this world, and it is certain we can carry nothing out. Right. And having food and raiment, there let us be content.
Right, so you ain't, even if you got a Fortune 500, Apostle Solomon was speaking about that, and Ecclesiastes, yeah, because, so you can't take that shit with you. That's why you can't be like that. The one Jake that came to the Lord and said, Lord, I kept all these from this. The Lord said, give everything you go and go to the poor and follow me. He went away sorrowful because he had much. I mean, he wrapped up in his possessions. You can't be wrapped up in your possessions in this society because all this shit gonna get burned up. Call lawyers. All this shit gonna get burned up.
And in order to maintain a lot of these possessions, people have to assimilate into this new system, man.
That's right.
So the Lord is prepping our minds to detach from these things.
Yeah, that's right.
This is Ecclesiastes chapter 2 and verse 20. It says, therefore I went about to cause my heart to despair of all the labor which I took under the sun. For there is a man whose labor is in wisdom and in knowledge and in equity. Yet to a man that have not labored therein shall he leave it for his portion. Right. This is also vanity and a great evil. You know, so that's that labor to leave inheritance for your now. In the old days, that's what you were supposed to do. But right now, what we're supposed to be leaving something in Babylon the Great? Well, all that shit's gonna get eaten up by Esau, man. Right. You know what I'm saying? So this thing comes to show us that the things that you're trying to lay up for the future is all vanity, man, and a great evil. We're supposed to be worried about the gaining of knowledge right now, man.
Hey, that's how you know King Solomon is Yahweh Shai. You know what I'm saying? Because he was saying the same thing in the New Testament. When he was over 2,000 years, we was in Rome, man. When he was in the cities of Galilee and all those different cities, man. Bethsaida, Jerusalem, he was in all the Capernaum, this, that. He was in all these different cities, and he came to the same conclusion. Because you had certain Jake, I'm gonna build my house, I'm gonna tear this one down, build me a bigger one, I'm gonna put up, I'm gonna do all this shit. And the Lord cuss his ass out, man.
Yeah. If I can say too, because and plus doing all that building, you don't want to be that man that started to build and couldn't complete his building, man. They actually made fun of that guy, man. You know what I'm saying? Because he said that who is he that started to build and could not finish? You don't want to be that person. Why? Because we're building what we need to do spiritually, man. Not on the physical, not laying up churches and stuff like that.
This is the book of Colossians, chapter 3, verse 1. If ye then be risen with Yahweh Shai, seek those things which are above, where Yahweh Shai sitteth on the right hand of the Most High.
Yeah, like spiritual things, like Solomon. King Solomon, our forefather. He had a dream. He asked the Lord for wisdom. You know what I'm saying? To judge the people. So that's what we're supposed to be trying to acquire.
That's a king mentality,
right.
Royal mentality, ruling class mentality. Right. You know what I'm saying? To ask for a mind to judge the people. You know what I'm saying?
It says, set your affections on things above, not on things on the earth.
Right, like heavenly things, man. You know? Spiritual powers. See, that's you know what I'm saying? Chariots. You know? The Lord. Right? The Lord is his return.
When you go to that word affection in the etymology, it says desire, inclination, it says wish, it says intention, it also says an emotion of the mind, it says lust as opposed to reason, man. So we're supposed to be lusting after heavenly things, man. Not some shit that is gonna burn the fervent heat. You know?
Right, we're in the flesh, you know what I'm saying? So it is a balance, of course. We gotta, you know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, man, that's our main focus. That's what we like the brother going into. We should be lusting after heavenly things, spiritual gifts, more understanding, you know, more fear, more faith. Go ahead. You said you got it.
I got it. This is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 6 and verse 20. It says, therefore, the desire of wisdom bringeth to a kingdom. If your delight be then in thrones and scepters, O ye kings of the people, honor wisdom that ye may reign forevermore. You know, this is what we're supposed to be. This is what we're striving for, man. We're not striving for the understanding of the world, man. We're striving for the wisdom of the scriptures, because the wisdom of the scriptures is what's going to bring the kingdom of heaven, man. Because now we can apply that wisdom, man, here on earth, right? In the midst of all the chaos, man. You know what I'm saying? You got it, right?
1 Corinthians chapter 14, verse 1. Follow after charity and desire spiritual gifts, but rather that you may prophesy. You know?
Right.
So you're supposed to desire spiritual gifts, man.
Yep.
You know? Increase in your knowledge. You know what I'm saying? Exercise in your temperance. You know what I'm saying? Whatever it may be. Self-control.
So we can prophesy, right?
Right.
Because that's the testimony of Yahweh Shai, man. So this prophecy is what it's going to build our knowledge up. So now when Yahweh Shai come back and he want those talents, right? We ain't gonna be patting our pockets and saying where our talents go, man. You know what I'm saying? Because we got the wisdom to know that Yahweh Shai requires that usury when he comes back, man. And this is the usury right here. This altar right here, man. The altar down there, This is the usury for the Lord right now, man.
Right, and that's why Paul was telling the Corinthians that one of the churches that he started, right? He was telling them that could they be carnal and shit like that, worry about money. Paul was telling them like which man go to warfare off of his own money. He was cussing the Corinthians out. In the first letter that he wrote, for the first book of Corinthians, he was correcting them, getting them in order, bro. You know what I'm saying? The second book really about Paul for real. But he was telling their ass because they was being carnal. You know what I'm saying? Not being charitable. That's what Paul was cussing the Corinthians out, man. He like because they thought he wanted to make money and shit. He's like, I don't want to show fucking money, man. Because the church of Corinth, they was like wealthy. Corinth, that was like a illustrious city. That was known as Sin City. That's the ancient Sin City, the city of Corinth. You know, they had brothels, they had all type of shit. But Corinth, it was mainly like a port city, like a trade route. So it was just a lot of money for Corinth. And there was some jakes that had money. Obviously, they had money. The Corinthians, because Paul was saying certain things. You were like, everybody like you were over there. You know what I'm saying? He was going in, bro.
Also, the Corinthians were going to them basically, they was committing lewd acts and whatnot.
Yeah. Because when you go to the book of 1 Corinthians, the 5th chapter, he was talking about fornication and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? He was going in. I got that. What you got? Yeah, come.
1 Corinthians 9, verse 7. Who goeth a warfare any time at his own charges?
Right, yeah, cut.
Who planteth a vineyard and eateth not of the fruit thereof? Or who feedeth the flock and eateth not of the milk of the flock?
So y'all the spiritual vineyard, this church, these people that Paul, the seed planted, he said Apollo water. You do this. The Lord give it the increase though. But still, Paul, he like, because Israel, the church, it's a vineyard. It's likened to a vineyard pursuant to the scriptures, man. Right? You go in the Old Testament and say multiple occasions. You want to say something about it?
This verse 8. Say I these things as a man.
Right, so that's what Paul was saying. I watered y'all. I grew y'all up. I can't benefit from y'all. You know what I'm saying? All these spiritual things I did for y'all through the spirit. You just let them know. He was being honest.
It says, verse 8. Say I these things as a man, or saith not the law the same also? For it is written in the law of Moses, thou shalt not muzzle the mouth of the ox that treadeth out the corn. Doth the Heavenly Father take care for oxen? So, like I said, if the man's putting in the work,
exactly.
you wouldn't muzzle your ox when it's time to feed after you've been putting in work. You know
He's been producing.
Right.
You know, he's giving you these revelations, teaching, molding you into the man that the Lord wants you to be.
And you use the ox to break up the fallow ground.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? To break up the minds of the people. So that, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
You use the ox to bring forth fruit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's
that
good.
ox is going to give you fruit.
Because Paul was likening it to, he said, metaphorically speaking, Paul was likening it to an ox. Because the Lord said it's hard for you to kick against the pricks. When you go into the Old Testament, the prick goes into a particular type of forming tool that the formers need to have to get the, because ox are stubborn, to get them to move, and sometimes they'll kick back and injure themselves.
And that makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
Paul, you also said about yoke fellows.
Right,
My fellow yoke fellow, you put oxen in the yoke.
Yeah, because Paul, now I said it, when you go to the story of Paul, he was being a rebellious ox. Because that's what the Lord said that. Yeah, you know the law. He knew all that.
Right.
He was the first of the first. He knew all that stuff, man.
And then he used that scripture right here,
Right.
you know what I'm saying, to explain why they should be giving him, you know, for his livelihood. It says in verse 10.
Yeah, he put in work, man. That's like apostles' heart. The apostles, the elders, the work. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on. They put in work like that, man.
It says in verse 10, or said we and altogether for our sakes, no doubt this is written, that he that ploweth should plow in hope, and that he that thresheth in hope should be partaken of his hope. If we have sown unto you spiritual things, is it a great thing if we shall reap your carnal things?
Yeah, right, because the spiritual thing is uncomparable. There's no comparison to carnal things. The spiritual gift was bestowed unto you, you know, from this man, this earthly representative of the Heavenly Father, Yahweh, man. You know what I'm saying? So, in comparison, carnal, that ain't nothing. It's nothing. You know?
We're getting ready to inherit infinite riches, you know?
And especially if you're in a position to do so. Like I said, when you go into the city of Corinth, those Jakes had money, bro. They wasn't cheap. I mean, they wasn't broke. Because you got something known as the Strait of Corinth. It's just like the Panama Canal. They used to just refer to them as straits. Like you got over there in Iran, the Saudi Arabia, you got the Strait of Hormuz, you know, the Strait of these different, you know.
Like I was gonna say, it's the same thing today dealing with the churches, you know. People might think, oh, because we're teaching about being, you know, poor and meek and all of that, you know, we're just out here, you know what I mean, just picking niggas off of the ground, you know what I mean? But really, you know, the churches be with, you know, brothers be with all the time, you know.
It's St. John, chapter 6, verse 26. Yahweh answered them and said, verily, verily, I say unto you, ye seek me, not because ye saw the miracles, but because ye did eat of the loaves and were filled. Right. Trying to come to the Passover. We don't have a custom, right? That's why Apostle put out that classic video years ago, Passover is not a lamb dinner, man. You know what I'm saying? Because it's not about the carnal things that you can reap from men. You know what I'm saying? It's more so about the spiritual things that a man can give you, which can lead you to everlasting life. Right. That's why verse 27 says, labor not for the meat which perisheth, but for that meat which endureth unto everlasting life, which the Son of Man shall give unto you. For him have the Heavenly Father, the Father sealed. You know? So, hey, it said that which the Son of Man shall give unto you, for him have God the Father sealed. You know? So Yahweh was sealed before all the elect. You know?
It talks about that in Revelation, that he was slain from the foundation of the earth. You know what I'm saying? So even before everything was already for, yeah.
As he was creating the creation,
yeah,
he knew he was going to have to die in the creation.
That's great, man.
Yeah.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 23, and verse 5. Because part of the, once again, going back to the beginning, like part of the reason, you know, a lot of these letters was written because there was a lot of confusion going on in the midst of the churches. You know, and a lot of it was dealing with, you know what I mean, the financing part of the church. Like you had Yahweh going to the midst of the church, and all the men that was selling doves, and you know what I mean, he pretty much kicked them out, you know.
That's why I said not worship. You know, because what do they do today? They still worship fucking money.
Yeah.
You know, the Israelites that's on this side, they would do anything to change so-called riches.
Right. The Lord gives you laws on how to be rich. The Lord gives you, there's laws in the scriptures on how to deal with money. You know, but you know, niggas gonna always be niggas. You know what I mean? And always want to go left. You know. This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 23 and verse 5. It says, "Wilt thou set thine eyes upon that which is not for riches?"
Yeah, because money, it goes back to the talisman. That dealing with witchcraft and sorcery. You know what I'm saying? Left-handed energy. That's why our people be under spell when it comes to, you know what I'm saying, chasing the bag. That's why they got these different quotes and these sayings that's associated with money, chase the bag, cream, cash rule, everything. It's a spell. That's why they had that song over and over. Cash rule, everything around me. Cream, get the money. You hear me? They put that's a enchantment that they putting on you. And then our people really, you know what I'm saying?
Look, you see Jake holding big stacks of money.
They finally got it. You finally got the money. Now what?
Jake willing to kill their brother over $20. You know what I'm saying? You know, over pocket change, man. You know what I'm saying? That's how things have to go.
Well, they used to blow niggas away for starter jackets back in the day.
Griffies.
So confidence, Griffies at the butt. You know, the sneakers and stuff. Jake, that's how Jake used to do. Rob you for your, you know what I'm saying, your 8-ball coat. This way back in the 80s and shit. You know, like they show you on Everybody Hates Chris. The nigga Malvo, he snatching over his chain. Chris told on him. That nigga terrorized for the Billy Jr. talking about the gold chain. But they was making fun, you know what I'm saying, mockery of the Israelite community. That was in the 80s with Everybody Hates Chris and shit. So niggas used to do snatching chains, snatching purses. That's what niggas was doing there. You ain't had everybody in the motherfucking brothers snatching their purse. They can't. So niggas ain't shit, bro.
I thought it was shit.
Oh. Yeah.
It says, Proverbs chapter 23, verse 5, it says, without setting thine eyes upon that which is not for, it says, I'm going to read it again. Without setting thine eyes upon that which is not.
Right, because how many times we told you, like our beloved apostles and the elders told us, that ain't real money. Gold and silver is real money. Go ahead.
It says,
You know it's not real money because they about to change the money.
right.
So if that was real money, it wouldn't be changed. Real money is always gonna be money.
It's always gonna hold its value.
Right.
It's never gonna lose value. You know?
His whole currency, Esau's whole currency system is basically.
It never goes away. Real money. It's the same since the beginning.
It says, without set thine eyes upon that which is not.
Right now you got something called currency, which is different from money.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? See, they slid the money to the side, so we're gonna put that over there in our closet. We're gonna slide in this currency, you know what I'm saying? Get these niggas this fiat shit. You know, this paper, and have these niggas chasing paper.
What's the root word of currency? Is current, man.
That's right.
What it is right now. You know what I'm saying?
Right, and money flows.
Yep.
And money flows through what? Banks. They compare that to the river bank.
It says, the riches certainly make themselves things.
Right. Prime example is what we coming into right now. These riches is making themselves things in the form of the WEF, in the form of the CBDC, you know what I'm saying? In the form of the Fed now. Your riches is about to make themselves wings, and guess what? Your riches gonna go straight on the C hip, man. And if you don't take the C hip, you ain't gonna get your riches. You're gonna get a C cap or a Q cap, man. And a QR code and a number. You know what I'm saying? Inmate S357029-4.
Yeah, prisoner.
Right.
That's what's associated with prisoners. You know what I'm saying? The 13-digit number, how many ever numbers? You go to the county, you go to the prisons, state prison. They always identify you by a number. That's when you got a social security number. You know? There you go. Go ahead, bro.
No, I was gonna say, so it's gonna be no different with the C hip. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
Everyone has a number.
Right.
Every C hip has a number. And so when it's good to speak about the number of the beast, the name,
right,
that all goes into the technology, man.
Yeah, because you got something known as a UPC,
right,
Universal Product Code. So even all these products that you see in America, from the sneakers that I got on, every brother up here got on, to every pair of clothes or watch, whatever it is, you know what I'm saying? It's a product code that's associated with it. So they want to, put that product code inside of you Negroes. Latino, you Israelites first and foremost, man. They want to put that shit in you.
Which will make you what? A product.
And exactly. Because that was the first on New York Stock Exchange was Negroes, the first commodity was you Israelites, man. Right? So now we've reached the pinnacle of this beast system. And I'm saying, and the technology, the Lord said, what he said in Daniel the 12th chapter, knowledge shall increase. So in the height of the information age, these devils got perfected their, you know what I'm saying, their karama, right? So now they about to administer it.
The elder from Los Angeles did a video last week about selling your soul, and he featured Bernie Mac. There was a clip in there with Bernie Mac, and pretty much in the video, the documentary, they were saying how Bernie Mac had to see it. You know what I'm saying? And because he wasn't trying to participate and do what the other kings of comedy was doing, they turned up the frequency on his CF and he became very ill. And they said that Cedric Entertainer, all these other entertainers, they knew what was going on, man. So this technology, like you said, I thought about that because you said they perfected it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Meaning when they put, because I saw a movie, it was a low budget movie, but it was about the New World Order. And they were saying, don't take the CF because if you take it, they can turn the frequency and you won't be able to fall asleep. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And you know the one in your forehead, Elon Musk said he can download music to your brain. You know what I'm saying? You see the monkey, they had the monkey playing Pong with his brain. They had the monkey playing with the remote controller, then they unhooked the remote controller to have him thinking that it was still plugged up, but he was really just playing with his brain. You see? Yeah. So those miracles, can you get Revelation, was it 19? We talk about the miracles, you know, because he gonna wrought miracles by that technology, man. Come on, 13?
Yeah, 13. It was up 13, like 13 and 14. 13 and 15.
A good movie to watch is a movie called Implant, right? Because they see him in their spinal cord, right? They send messages to their brain. When the AI had his mind of its own, so it was having to kill people and do different stuff. But when they didn't want to do it, what they do? They turned up the frequency to make them go into excruciating pain. You know what I'm saying? So this is the same thing that the brother was just mentioning, man. What happened with Bernie Mac, man?
Yeah, well, when you watch Upgrade,
That was the
with STEM, that was the technology that they was using. That was the name of the technology that they was using in that movie. But it's all the same thing. It's all associated with the scriptures. Because these devils, they put these different movies out. They got hidden messages in it. You know.
Right. Like they won't necessarily have a CF in the movie, but they have like a patch or you know what I'm saying, and it's supposed to represent that.
Yeah, and in that movie STEM, when he went and do what the fuck the computer chip will tell him, right? He'll make him go paralyzed. He can't walk because he was a paraplegic. The dude got shot in the head. Him and his wife got murdered. It was all, and he come to find out it was all set up by a fucking motherfucker who wanted to put his technology in the motherfucker to see how it works. You know what I'm saying? But in that movie, bro, he was a paraplegic and he got the brain chip and he could walk. Because it's signals, that's why it's to your nervous system. It sends signals, to your cerebral cortex and then move against that, so on and so forth. But every time he ain't listen, he'll turn the chip will do it. He'll make him be paralyzed. He'll just fall to the floor. He can't do that. He'll have to submit to the technology.
Same thing in that movie.
Yeah, I bet. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So to show you, but they use the same concept more than once. You know what I'm saying?
That's what they want to do.
Right.
They want to, they want to be like the Most High.
About that real quick, because when you go into like the pioneer that really started that technology, I think his name was Delgado. And basically, like they implanted the chip into a bull. Yeah. And basically, he was able to hit a signal, and the bull wouldn't charge. You know what I mean? So the bull's, like
in the midst of his charge, in the middle of his charging, yeah.
So you know what I mean? So that's showing you that they will be able to basically control the people. You know what I mean? Once they implant you with this technology, you got it.
This is the book of Revelation, chapter 13, and I start at verse. I start at verse 12. It says, "And he exercised all the power of the first beast before him, and caused the earth and them that which dwell therein to worship the first beast, whose deadly wound was healed." Right. I was gonna say that's going into how he pretty much took the blueprint of the ancient Roman Empire, and now you got what we see today, which is America. You know, even down to some of the cities.
That's
You
right.
know,
That's right.
but verse 13 it says, being a point, it says, and he doeth great wonders, so that he maketh fire. Uh, Actually, this is not even. Verse 14. It says,
But that fire coming down from heaven, if I'm not mistaken, that goes into the first NATO. What was it? I think it was in Herzegovina. I forget the two names of it. Nah, it goes back before that because we're going to NATO. It was like the first. Look up NATO's first, like first bombing. That's what it's going into something called scorched earth. It was before Hiroshima and Nagasaki. That was after the shit. Japan, this was before that. The NATO was playing the thing. That's what possibly going into. But that's what it's talking about with the fire coming down from heaven. Meaning they drop bombs on niggas. Ooh, this modern beast system. This modern Roman Empire. That's what this place is. Rome reincarnated, man. The spirit of Rome. You got what?
I don't know if this is it says the North Atlantic Treaty Organization. NATO carried out an aerial bombing campaign against the Federal Republic of Yugoslavia during the Kosovo War. The airstrikes lasted from
What year was Yugoslavia and Kosovo?
they said 1999.
That's the brother.
I don't think it
No, it's something before that though.
Right.
It's cool. Like the apostle said, a lot of stuff that was on Google, they be taking it down. Because he said that these Edomites, they know that the Israelites using it to their advantage. That's what the apostle is going into though. So they'll take shit down, but it goes back. I forget that too. I'm gonna have to ask the brother, man. Yes, and they ain't going back before that. But that's what that fire coming down from heaven is going into that. Them dropping bombs on people. But that's what Esau do. You know?
verse 14, it says, and deceive them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles, which he had power to do in the sight of the beast.
When you go into the word miracle, it goes into transcending the common course of nature. Right, transcending the common course of nature. Right? That's what that word miracle goes into. Okay?
It says,
so they want to have surgery. You got something?
this ain't NATO.
It would be NATO. It's cool.
It says, I'm reading it again. It says, and deceive them that dwell on
so they're trying to transcend the common course of nature by doing what? They're trying to obtain immortality. Live forever. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna be able to do that. This technology ain't gonna allow, you know what I'm saying, enable you to, you know what I'm saying, do these things.
It says, and deceive them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles.
Right, because people gonna be believing. Well, he got to be, like the apostle said, a man of the law. You know what he said? No, he said he was going in, bro. I forget what he was saying verbatim. But go ahead.
By the means of those miracles which he had power to do in the sight of other beasts, saying to them that dwell on the earth.
Right, one of those major miracles is him getting this technology and stuff. And people seeing all that he can do.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And he gonna make it seem like the sky's the limit.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? The elder Monate Rabbi, I remember he did a lesson on some type of eye that he ever had, some artificial eye that he had.
Yeah, I did a lesson on that too.
Man,
it was a contact
you could go to sleep with it was a contact lens?
Well, I see it was a contact lens.
That was.
Where you can use stuff and you can record your vision. You know what I'm saying? When they got that on the show Blackbeard, he was able to rewind and everything he seen.
Oh, yeah.
They put these things in movies. It's called predictive programming. Which eventually they're going to push out into the public. Actually, you was over 13 spot.
Yeah.
Can you keep going?
Yeah.
16, 17.
says, and deceive them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles.
Right, they allowing people to walk, people that never walked. People think these different accomplishments that this devil's accomplished, that is a miracle, right? This technology, that's why everybody worships technology, because it's a god. You know what I'm saying? Because they talk about the technology, it could be the real chess player. You know what I'm saying? They be making it a competition between man versus machine, which is gonna be that. Just like they show you in Sarah Khan, the Matrix and all that shit from that Jake woman. She was the writer and the owner of those stories, the Terminator and all that shit, and how the Matrix was the future, how he was gonna be man against machine. That's the type of shit that's gonna be happening, man.
And like you said, technology is they God.
Yeah,
it is. That's why, because the Heavenly Father is our way to everlasting life. Meanwhile, their whole thing is, if we're gonna get everlasting life, it's gonna be through technology. So they looking at it like it's something that's going like a God. Like we look at Yahweh Shah, He's gonna allow us to live forever. That's how they look at technology. He's gonna allow us to, you know what I'm saying? Right.
Well, those miracles are going to be a sign for them to put their faith in those things. They got glasses where people that are colorblind, they put a pair of glasses on, and now they can see color now. You know what I'm saying? For the first time. You know, they're going to be the first ones to get that type of technology put in, man. You know what I'm saying? Because you got it.
I was gonna say it's gonna be two different type of miracles going on in the times that we coming to. You know, because like the brother had mentioned, the word miracle going into, you know, something transcending the common course of nature. Which, you know, the Lord is also going to be doing miracles. You know, so you're gonna have them left hand miracles, which is a motor by technology. But then you're going to also have the Yahweh Shah step in, you know, with that grace and mercy for his men.
Well, just like the ancient the Chaldees and, the ancient Magi's and sorcerers of Pharaoh and the Egyptians, the ancient Egyptians, which is this modern day Egypt, they did the same thing with Moses, with the snakes and shit. They was performing, they was using magic. That's basically like the dude, what's that nigga name? Chris Angel. This nigga be doing this nigga's a demon. These niggas really be doing that shit too, bro. I was like, this nigga's a demon. You hear me? These niggas is channeling left-handed spirit. Niggas really can do that for real.
That level off the flow, man.
Yeah, all that shit them niggas is doing. But the point is, these niggas is demons, bro. These niggas is really doing that shit.
When you go into David Copperfield, like literally you got like a library, all these books and shit. They really be doing some shit, bro.
That's the thing. I was like, 5, 6, 7, under 10. I used to want to do card tricks and like, but the more I started learning about this shit, the more I didn't want to fuck with it. Because like it was dark.
Yeah, it is.
But that was the spirit though.
This is the book of Revelation, chapter 19, in verse 20. It says, and the beast was taken, and with him the false prophet that wrought miracles before him.
All right, now the beast currently is NATO and the EU. NATO is the North Atlantic Treaty Organization, and the EU stands for European Union. All right, and then you had a whore that ride up the beast, which is America. So you say the beast is going to be taken.
And the beast was taken, and with him the false prophet.
Yeah, with the false prophet who represents the Roman Catholic Church. Okay, which all the common religions, even Islam, come from the Roman Catholic Church. You worship a Roman Catholic God if you worship a rock called Allah.
It says that wrought miracles
and that shit
before
all
him.
go back to Esau. Because when you go into the ancient city of Mecca, they found out that it goes back to Petra. Right? Archaeologists, niggas who study it, scholars and all this shit, they came up with the conclusion. They like, no other explanation. This should go back to Petra. Islam, you hear me? Go ahead.
It says that wrought miracles before him, with which he deceived them that have received the mark of the beast.
So a lot of the main deception, a lot of the deception that's going to enable people to agree to take this mark is going to be because of the miracles, man. It's going to be because of the way that it alters people's lives. You know what I'm saying?
You blind.
Right.
Now you can see.
Right.
You was paralyzed from the. Here it is. Your family remember when you can walk. Everybody gonna be amazed by it. You know, especially if you had a tragic situation, you in a car accident, you paralyzed from the waist down. Everybody remember you could walk. Like just last year you could walk. Now you paralyzed. You know, and you have surgery. They put this technology in your, you know what I'm saying, inserted into your brain, into your nervous system. Next thing you know, you walking.
It says, Revelation 19:20, and the beast was taken, and with him the false prophet that wrought miracles before him, with which he deceived them that have received the mark of the beast, and them that worship his image. These
You all for the philosophy that's in place first, man. You know what I'm saying? You a feminist. You know what I'm saying? You believe that women are equal. You know what I'm saying? You vote or die. You know what I'm saying? You build a community type of nigga.
Or one of them niggas, it don't matter to me. I ain't that. But long as I ain't really against that, whatever.
As long as they don't come to me with it. You people are the problem, man. You know, the Lord is not going to go along to get along spirit, man. Then you either going to do what the Lord say, you're going to do what the Lord didn't say, which is sin.
right, then you can't play both sides. That's what you James like to do, man. You like to play both sides until something benefits you. Then it's called team hockey. That's what you like to do, man. You're a bandwagon, man. It says these both were
Right, but they like women. That's why a lot of Big Shirley, you know what I'm saying? All these women and shit. She said that. Right? Yeah, that type of spirit, man.
It says these both were cast alive into a lake of fire, burning with brimstone.
A lake of fire?
Yeah, into a lake of fire, burning with brimstone.
Right, because it said, talk about the beast and the false prophet, which those pretty much come out of Europe. You know what I'm saying? So that showed that you go have countries in certain NATO nations gonna get hit. You know what I'm saying? Certain NATO nations gonna get that lake of fire dropped on them. You know what I'm saying? Because the beast, you know, they're gonna get hit too.
Right, they gonna return fire.
Right.
They ain't gonna just be like this place, you know what I'm saying? And those missiles, they got that particular, that technology. They got that seal up in there. Because that's what a lot of this shit was developed too. They got that technology in it too, man. You know what I'm saying? GPS and all that shit. But like the scripture talk about in Joel, they none of them gonna mark this they right. They gonna hit it, you know what I'm saying? Pinpoint accuracy. So if they shoot something off, it's gonna go to the world too, man. You know? These different NATO countries. And they got other garrisons throughout the world too, though. See, that's one thing about these devils. That's why they're in the situation with Ukraine, because that's a strategic position that the Edomites, the Babylonians, over here in America, you know what I'm saying? That's a strategic military position that they hold with that alliance right there. You know what I'm saying? Because if you ain't, if Russia got shit that's gonna get here quick, y'all gotta be over there to try to, you know, sit over there.
The second Ezra, chapter 16, verse 13, for strong is his right hand that bendeth the bow. His arrows they shooteth are sharp, and shall not miss when they began to be shot into the ends of the world. So these arrows that's going to be shot to the ends of the world, obviously it's not talking about an actual a bow and arrow, it's talking about a nuclear missile. And if you actually Google the word missile, you type in synonym, the word arrow is going to pop up, because it's nothing but a gigantic iron arrow. It said that the iron bow shall strike them through in the book of Job. So it says,
yeah, the scripture talk about how Shai gonna come back with a bow. There's that Revelation 6 chapter. It's talking about with a bow. Because Yahweh Shai is a representation of the right hand of the Heavenly Father. Man. Okay? Because he the one really gonna be in charge of all that. You know, his father ain't, you know, he gonna be, you know, when it's time for that. Yeah, he like a general or whatever is the highest position that you can hold in a military campaign. Commander, right? Commander in chief, right? That's the spirit, right? Chief, commander in chief.
yeah, even Israel, we always they had chiefs and, you know, other kingdoms.
And, yeah, when you go into the word chief, it means something that's prominent or head. When you go into the word chief, the synonym for the word chief is head. Right? Because that's the position of a chief over a particular tribe. He's the head of that tribe. So your house shall he the head.
Like when Moses Moses' stepfather's name?
Laban. Oh, Jethro.
Yeah. When Jethro told Moses to set captains over 100, right? Captains over 50, those are the basic chiefs, right? You know what I'm saying? So it's a position of authority. Yeah, kind.
Right. He set up heads.
Yep.
He told him to set up heads. You got that.
This is Job chapter 20, verse 23. When he is about to fill his belly.
And this is another indication that you know that we at the end, because he set up his infrastructure for his new system. Everything is in place for him to fill his belly. The table is prepared, the tablecloth is there, all the guests are sitting down. You know what I'm saying? All he has to do is bring in the food. You know what I'm saying? Which you can see here. So these are you got the 5 digital towers is in place. Contactless payments here, contactless that. You know what I'm saying? Right.
Oh, you got
surveillance is everywhere.
You got the what's the
CBDC is ready.
Yep, the black lights on the street lights.
Oh,
You
yeah.
got the, you know.
So everything is in place. He's in that mode where he's about to put it together. So you know we at the end, man.
Right, the water being contaminated, right? The land burn up 18,000 cows, burn 18,000 cows alive.
So everything is prepared as far as to bring you people to your knees and to pick you back up with a chip, man. Everything is in place. You know, they just gotta push that button. That's why the brothers in Des Moines they always say, you know, Esau just push the button, man.
The humble shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him, and it shall rain it upon him while he is eating.
While he is in the position or in the process, I should say, of implementing the new system, man. That's going to be based upon the seed. You see? And we know that he's going to. And we know that the see him, when we say see him, put the seed and the hip together, we know that that's the mark of the beast, man. Okay? And we know that they're going to implement the see hip because.
It's a microchip.
Right.
It's saying.
We know that that's the. We know that they're going to implement that because the scripture say that then they shall know that a prophet have been among them. See, that's the main prophecy that's being pushed, the main doctrine that's being pushed that no other camp is pushing. That's going to separate the prophets from the false prophets.
It is drawn, verse 24, he shall flee from the iron weapon.
Right, the iron weapon is those missiles, man. You know? So they're going to flee how? A lot of the elites, they're going to be in them bunkers.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. They're going to be in them bunkers hiding out. Why do you think they got bunkers?
Yeah, but the elites don't live in America.
Yeah.
The bunkers, you know what I'm saying? That ain't going to do them no good.
Yeah,
the Heavenly Father dropped 200,000 thermonuclear missiles on this place. What is a bunker going to do? So they're going to have bunkers and all that. And the Lord, they say, you're going to let everything flat. It's gonna be. Listen, man. When you look at the a depiction of the nuclear bomb going off, when you look at the crater in the ground, you know what I'm saying. So you can only imagine it's 200 million, bro. Come on.
That's why in that movie, the Planet Earth, Planet of the Apes, they had the scene where they was in the desert and they didn't know they was in America. So the apostle said they, the sand like blew away and then you could see the Statue of Liberty. And then they knew that it was America. You know what I'm saying? But this place, the scripture speaks about, I think it's Isaiah 34, the line of confusion being drawn upon this place. You no longer gonna have no borders or county borders or state borders. It's gonna be a complete utter desert.
That's it.
What do you think all that land and ground, when that missile hit, where do you think it goes all up in the air? It doesn't just stay floating in the air. It comes right back down, man. And then all this place is gonna be buried, man. You know, and this is why it's gonna be like a desert.
Finish that up.
And the bow of steel shall strike him through.
Yeah, that's talking about the missiles. Because that's how the Heavenly Father gonna get rid of the third part of man. Pursuant to the scriptures, man. That's how the Heavenly Father gonna get rid of These generalities. They the main degenerates. You Edomites, y'all the main degenerates. You know? Because our people gonna come back right in the kingdom. You Edomites can't get right. Look at them. Look at them. Look at them, man. Go ahead, brother.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 34, verse 8. But it is the day of the Lord's vengeance.
Take right here, baby. You gonna come back righteous, man. You gonna come back perfect, man. You know? You gonna be perfect in the kingdom, baby.
It says,
That's him, though.
Isaiah 34:8. But it is the day of the Lord's vengeance.
And the destruction, man. Right. That's what that's going into, right? You read up, they talk about the mushroom cloud, the goat, the lamb, the sheep, the this, the that. You sacrificial animals, and it's placing people, metaphorically, and the animals also, man. That's what it's going into. So that's the day of the Lord's, what is it? Oh, the vengeance, right? Because the day, the burneth in the Lord's heart.
Yeah.
The day of vengeance burneth in his heart, what Isaiah 63, man. Right? My redeemed is come. The Lord said that.
It says, in the year of recompenses for the controversy of Zion.
Right. Go ahead, brother.
Yeah, that's why all these things is taking place. That's why the Lord is bringing an end. Because of the controversy of Zion, who the children of Israel are.
That's
you know,
right. That's right.
Who's supposed to be in the land? You know what I'm saying? That's gonna, the truth is gonna come out. You know, because the truth was conspired against, and that's why it's been hidden. You see, but everything that is hidden, as Yahushua said, shall be revealed, man. That's the balance of the Lord. The Lord not gonna cover and uncover. The Lord not gonna make us fall and not rise again.
Yeah, the Lord said in the land where they were said was not my people. Get that real quick. Hosea 1 and 10 real quick. You know what I'm saying? And also the Lord said he gonna get us fame in every land that we was put to shame. So everybody gonna come to the realization. He said, we're gonna read Isaiah 34, read the first verse. He said, come ye nations and hear. So everybody gotta hear this. Everybody gotta hear from the children of Israel. This place gonna be destroyed. Y'all to hear this. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Go ahead. No, that's what he's reading.
This is Hosea chapter 1 and verse 10. It says, yet the number of the children of Israel shall be as the sand of the sea.
Right, innumerable, right? You can't number, you know what I'm saying?
You can't do the census on the Israelites.
Right. It says, which cannot be measured nor numbered. And it shall come to pass.
Right, because that's why the Heavenly Father punished King David, because he numbered the children of Israel. And when you go into it, right, he numbered the children of Israel, but that wasn't his right to do, because they ain't his possession. You number your possession like your cows, your sheep, your cattle, stuff that, you know, belong to you. So that was the transgression with the Heavenly Father.
Because we belong to the Lord.
Yeah, exactly. That's why the Lord said, you know.
Yeah, God. It says, and it shall come to pass, and in the place where it was said unto them, ye are not my people.
Right, so that's where it said at. That dude, you know, private eye for you, you know, that demon, right? Him, y'all know what I'm talking about, bro. Okay. Exactly, bro. You know, because they the main ones. Like the posse did that video. They can say they're the Israelites, but we can't. Right? You know what I'm saying?
Right. Y'all the real racists. You know? And y'all prove it every time we say to be Israelites. You know? Because I thought love was love. I thought, you know, let people be what they want to be. Motherfuckers could be a tree and marry a flower, but we can't be Israelites. So this is the confused society that we live in.
If I can say this much, I believe it was the elder across the heart that made mention of, it was somebody that made mention of, show you how this devil really using witchcraft and sorcery in the land of Israel right now. I think they persecute anybody that's reading out the scriptures. But these are people that's supposed to read out the scriptures. Like, this shit a joke for real.
They said that, I was gonna say the apostle said that in the law of return, or the law of return, in order to be able to return back to the land, you have to denounce the Messiah. So, you know what I'm saying? That's why the Lord said we're going to be delivered from here.
And this is the reason why, you know, they don't believe in the scripture, they believe in the Talmud. You know what I'm saying? That man-made garbage, you know?
Right.
It says, Hosea 1 and 10, yet the number of the children of Israel shall be as the sand of the sea, which cannot be measured nor numbered. And it shall come to pass, and in the place where was said unto them, ye are not my people.
Right, so that's what they said that right here. Babylon the Great. They say we ain't the people of the Heavenly Father. And they don't even know this place, Babylon. See, we going by the Holy Scriptures, right? You know what I'm saying? This word that the Heavenly Father, you know, the Lord published the word. What is that? The Lord gave the word. Great was the company that published it. You know? Go ahead.
It says, and it shall come to pass, and in the place where was said unto them, ye are not my people.
Because nowhere else they weren't telling us that we wasn't the children of Israel. Before we came over here to Africa, like a force field, bro.
It says, and it shall come to pass, and in the place where was said unto them, ye are not my people.
Right, because when we came over here, like I was saying, Slovakia, we was in what? We was in Rome, right? We was in Italy, we was in Greece, Babylon, ancient Babylon, we was in all these different areas and locations, man. We knew that nobody wasn't saying that. No, y'all ain't the people. Y'all niggas ain't the people, man.
Even in the New Testament, you know what I'm saying?
Right,
the Israelites knew that they was Israelites.
Yeah, that's why they knew about the Messiah. That's what they was looking for. That's what they used to go to college for, to learn about the scriptures and study the scriptures, fellowship, break bread, get the understanding. They was looking for the return of a Messiah, even in the time of the New Testament. So of course they knew they was Israelites. They was keeping the commandments and everything. You know what I'm saying? They was keeping the commandments. They was in the land. They was making sacrifices and offerings to the Lord. They had priests. You know. Mm-hmm.
It says, there it shall be said unto them, ye are the sons of the living power.
Right. How it's going to be said through preaching. I tell you that Romans 10. How shall they hear except without a preacher? You know what I'm saying? I'm paraphrasing. You know. So that's how the people. Because people always talk about camps, camps, they make camp this, camp that. But you wouldn't know you was an Israelite without the camps, though. Because the Lord sent the camps out first.
Yeah,
the Lord put the Spirit on men to, like the scripture say in Matthew, to go out to the highways and hedges and compel you to come in.
Yeah, like the apostles going into the word camp, go back to company. That's why we go into the transition or transformation of Paul, Saul, right? He was with the company of prophets. When they were saying that, they had that saying about Saul. So like the apostle said, go back to company. Just like he said in great was the company of them that published it. Psalm 68 chapter. Right.
The word publish means to make public.
Yeah.
You know, so the Lord, that's why the Lord put us out here to say that we shall not be moved into a corner anymore.
Right.
You know, the people with the true understanding of the scriptures, they're not in a church. They're not in a building. They're not having a class in their basement. Okay, they out here on the streets.
Well, just like Paul, when you say he got stirred up, he was going back and forth with them, who that was? He was at the church giving all unto holy unto. No. The church giving holy unto idolatry. He was stirred up.
Oh, that was in they was talking about the princess Diana. I mean the goddess Diana. That was
that was the Iconians right there. That was not them. What was it?
I got that Zephaniah though. Zephaniah 3 verse 19. Behold, at that time I was.
Because the point is, he was saying that we out here in the streets, and I wanted to use an example with Paul, because he was going back and forth with him. What is it? You got it? I think it's Acts. Yeah, go to Acts. What is that? Acts 16. Because that's what Paul was doing, man. In the marketplace, he was talking about Mars Hills and so on. Type that in, Mars Hills. Type in Mars Hills, if I'm not mistaken.
Right here, in Acts 17.
Okay, yeah, Acts 17. We're talking about this is go to the point where Paul said he was stirred up in his heart. Verse 16.
This is Acts. This is the book of Acts, chapter 17, verse 16.
Right, the apostle told how was just going into this.
It It says, now while Paul waited for them at Athens,
Right. Yeah, he was in Athens, Greece, okay? Which there was Israelites over there. Like the apostle said, who got Athens popping? The Israelites, man. Go ahead.
it says, now while Paul waited for them at Athens, his spirit was stirred up in him when he saw the city wholly given to idolatry. Therefore, disputed he.
Holy means completely. When you go into that word holy. So niggas was complete, degenerates. Even in the time of Paul, just like them. They was complete degenerates. Because there was, what had happened? There was a succession of time that had passed where we discontinued from our heritage. So you had Jake doing this, following this God.
Because it's like when you look at some of our people, in every way they're doing opposite of what the Lord said. That's like holy, you know what I'm saying? You look at their face, no beard. You look at their religion, their atheist, you know what I'm saying? Right. You look at how they dress, just like a whore, whatever. So, and everything our people do, they holy, completely contrary. It says, therefore disputed he in the synagogue with the Jews.
This the point, right? He said he disputed he in the synagogue with the Jews.
It says, and with the devout persons, and in the market, daily with them that met with him.
In the market, on the streets, man, right? And they'll go right, the marketplace, where you buy and sell. Which like the apostle went into recently, the main agora is the internet, the web. Because that's what I thought about it when he said, I said, you can buy anything on the internet. You can buy a fucking car. It'll deliver it right to your front door on the internet. You hear me? You can buy a car out there, drop that bitch off to your address. I ain't gotta get up and go nowhere. As long as you meet the qualifications, they're gonna drop it off to your house.
It says Luke 13, verse 24, strive to enter in at the straight gate, for many I say unto you will seek to enter in and shall not be able. When once the master of the house is risen up and have shut to the door, and ye begin to stand without and to knock at the door, saying, Lord, Lord, open unto us. And he shall answer and say unto you, I know you not whence you are. Then shall you begin to say, we have eaten and drunken in thy presence, and thou hast taught in our streets. So that's going into, that spirit of regret, man. That's going to come upon these people when they realize that the doors of mercy, that time of grace and repentance is closed, man. And they're going to be talking to certain of the members of the elect, saying, look, I was there when you was teaching in the street.
And you was eating, I seen you eating somewhere. Because that's the Lord Yahweh shot. And you come in the spirit of Yahweh shot. So, you know what I'm saying? It's going to be the same type of situation with us. I seen y'all eating one time. You know what I'm saying? I seen y'all preaching before.
Luke 13, verse 26, then shall you begin to say, we have eaten and drunk in thy presence, and thou hast taught in our streets. But he shall say, I tell you, I know you not whence you are. Depart from me, all ye workers of
iniquity. Like you say, you don't remember me, bro, from the bank to one time? I don't know you, bro. You ain't nothing. I don't remember you, man. You're not important. You remember things that's important to you. You come around, you try to act like they know you. I don't know you, bro. I don't know you either, whatever. You gotta really, because you can forget people like it's nothing, bro. You know what I'm saying? People that may still know you, though.
Zephaniah 3, verse 19, behold, at that time I will undo all that afflict thee, and I will save her that halted.
Right, and so the Lord go dismantle all these different governments. The Heavenly Father gonna break them down strategically, right? To the point where it's gonna be famous, right? Because all these different economies, they are, associated with America and the dollar. So when this bitch go, you know what I'm saying? It's like, that's gonna be the straw that broke the camel's back. Once the Heavenly Father get rid of this bitch, it's over. You already see how these other countries living. You know what I'm saying? Especially different countries that America got sanctions on. But what's gonna happen when these different countries start putting sanctions on America and stop, you know what I'm saying, doing business with it?
And now you got, I think, up like 16 nations they were saying that want to join the BRICS movement. You know what I'm saying? Because, like you said, they know that it's going. All these countries they so heavily tied. It's like in Revelation 18. They so heavily tied to America, and they did so much business with that dollar. Like you said, when the dollar go down, a part of their system is gonna go down too.
Right.
But so that's why they coming together to try to create a safety net for themselves. So when that day do come, they can fall on the cloud. You know what I'm saying? While everybody else hit the ground.
I was going to say because, I mean, like I said, the American dollar is truly the world's reserve currency.
Yeah.
So when this dollar crash, it's going to affect the whole world. Like I said, that's what the brother said. That's why they trying to build a safety net. Because this bitch breaking now. You know what I mean?
And then the dollar was established as the world reserve currency like 1940 something with the Bretton Woods Agreement. Remember it was in Massachusetts, something. You know, but it's called a Bretton Woods Agreement because it was after World War II when Esau he invited all these different dignitaries from these different countries, and then they came to that agreement. It's called a Bretton Woods Agreement.
Now you got in the news, you got Spain, Portugal, and France trying to distance themselves away from America, which these nations, I'm not sure if Portugal is a part of NATO, but Spain and France for sure is. They're starting to distance themselves. I'm talking about NATO, the beast. They're eventually, they are starting to hate the Lord. The Prime Minister of France said we need to stop being so dependent on America. Why? Because they see that America has its own agenda.
Yeah, when they signed that Bretton Woods Agreement, you know what they had? They had the world reserve currency. Then 30 years, it's like the gold standard, right? And then 30 years later, during the 70s, with Richard Nixon. Yeah, Richard Nixon, he the one who took away the gold standard. So that's when the money started really being, it was nothing from since then. That's when inflation started to go up then, from then. So, and now all these countries, they coming to the understanding. It's a fucking fiat currency. This money ain't backed by nothing. I can't even turn this shit in and get anything in exchange for it. What type of deal is that? It's a scam, exactly, because that ain't what the bank, you know what I'm saying? They're supposed to give you. Go ahead.
It's a big ass Ponzi scheme. But
Right.
to back up what the brother said, because what he speaks is true. I looked it up. This out of the Federal Reserve history. It says creation of the Bretton Woods system, July 1944.
Yeah.
A new international monetary system was forged by delegates from 44 nations in Bretton Woods, New Hampshire, in July 1944. Delegates to the conference agreed to establish the International Monetary Fund, IMF, and what became the World Bank Group. The system of currency convertibility that emerged from Bretton Woods lasted until 1971.
Yeah, Richard Nixon. That's when he took away the gold standard. So then for then, that's where the tensions and everything, and that's the spirit too, because around that time, that's when the truth, 1960, it's like in 1969, 1970, you know, that was when the truth started going, right? And then all that shit just started to go downhill and deteriorate from there. And now we here.
The Lord said, when thou set thy nest amongst the stars,
Right.
that's when the Lord brings you down. You know, you claim you went to the moon in whatever year, and that was in the 60s, man. You know? So that's when they're trying to bring you down. Numbers 18.
This was a Revelation chapter 18 and verse 9. It says, and the kings of the earth who have committed fornication and lived deliciously with her shall bewail her and lament for her when they shall see the smoke of her burning.
Yeah, and the point of that is just showing that the kings have committed fornication with this place, man. They have, that's why it says in Obadiah, can you somebody go to Obadiah real quick? I believe it's like the 9th verse, it talk about how all the men of thy confederacy, they that eat thy bread have laid a wound under thee. Meaning what? The very ones that you do business with, they go backstab you, man. And they're the type of characters that you created on a plantation. Because these niggas, they backstab each other, they kill each other, they double cross each other for a drug deal and shit like that. But so the Lord gonna turn you into that type of man. You was already that man. That's why you was able to create a plantation. You know?
Obadiah verse 7. It says, all the men of thy confederacy have brought thee even to the border.
Right, a confederacy is an alliance. You know?
Okay.
Conby is with confederacy. I'm sure goes back to being federal. You know?
It says, the men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee.
Right. Which is NATO and the EU right now, they're still at peace. Even Saudi Arabia, they're still at peace for the most part. But the president of Saudi Arabia said that he's done pleasing America. He said that he's done pleasing America. Man.
It says, and have prevailed against thee.
We're against
God. Obadiah verse 7. All the men of thy confederacy have brought thee even to the border.
We're just talking about the Middle East, the Valley of Yahweh Shaphat. They're going to bring you down to war. They tell you that in Jeremiah that the least of the flock shall draw them out, which is what? Amalek, which is the so-called state of Israel. See, Israel is going to be the reason why America gets drawn into World War III. Okay.
It says, the men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee.
Right. Why? Because you deceived everybody else. If somebody get Isaiah 33:1, it said when you dealt treacherously with everybody else, and then as soon as you stop dealing treacherously with everybody else, they're going to deal treacherously with you.
This is the book of Isaiah 33 and verse 1. It says, woe to thee that spoilest, and thou was not spoiled, and dealest treacherously, and they dealt not treacherously with thee.
When you look at the history of the so-called white man and the lands that he now has control over, and you look at the history of those lands, there was a people that was there before the so-called white man. What happened to those people? What happened to their structured society? What happened to them? They got wiped out. Read that again, and the people was minding their business.
Right.
It said that what's that, Isaiah 13, how you treated the nations.
Yeah,
with
with
a
a rod
continuous
continuous
stroke.
stroke.
Yeah.
That's Isaiah 14.
Yeah, Isaiah 14. Yeah, Isaiah 14.
It says, woe to thee that spoilest, and thou was not spoiled.
Right, because when you go to that word spoil, it means to plunder, which means taking somebody with a resource. Right, like in the second chapter, this is what Esau does before he goes into action. He sits back and lumps it. He sits back and plots out what he's going to do to these other nations to gain their resources. For instance, he goes over to the Middle East and takes their oil and forcing the petrodollar on them, man. But now the nations are doing what? They're dropping the petrodollar and switching to the what? The petro-yuan, which is controlled by who? The Chinese, the Moabites, man.
Right.
Who think they're going to be next?
And that's how you know the so-called white man is Esau Edom. Because Scripture said we be living in a world ruled by Esau. At the end of the day is when the Lord come back. And the so-called Arab man, like you said, how is it that I got a product or resource that you need, but you're going to force me to use your currency to sell it to you? What type of shit is that? So obviously the Arab is not Esau, man. Obviously the Arabs are not empowered, man. They answer to the so-called white man.
Yeah, exactly.
And then the crazy thing about it is America has the most untapped oil, man. So this man has all the oil here. Well, I'm not gonna say all, but he has a lot of oil here, but he wants to take from everybody else.
Woo, man, this guy's the devil, bro.
Use they shit up.
Yeah.
That's what you do. That's what you use they shit up. Keep your shit on top. Right back here. It's just like, well, that's capitalism.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's basically what that is. Capitalism. So that's what Esau, he delighted in shit like that. Because this is a capitalist society. I use your money, give me a bank, a loan from the bank. I'm going to use your money to start a business. Have my money, you know what I'm saying?
Right. Yep.
So,
But the point being, put yourself in the shoes of the other nations. Put yourself in the other nations' shoes and look at it from their perspective. They getting fucked. Excuse my language. So that's why we read in the scripture.
Obadiah verse 7. It says, all the men of thy confederacy have brought thee even to the border. The men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee and prevailed against thee. They that eat thy bread have laid a wound under thee. There is none understanding in him.
Yeah, meaning what? You're not gonna know what hit you, man. You know, you're not when NATO in the EU town America, America's not going to get the memo until bombs start dropping. Because the Lord going to put it in their heart. Okay, that's in like Revelation 17. About the beast going to hate the Lord. You going to bring that article up?
Yeah.
Or just the headline, you know?
It says, this was written in 2016 from CNN Business. It says, U.S. has more untapped oil than Saudi Arabia or Russia.
Right, so now Saudi Arabia president like, I'm pleasing America. You know? I'm giving up all of my money, all of my resources and everything we got in our land, which I could be saving for ourselves, but I'm willing to do business with you. And I'm doing business with a currency, not money, but a currency that's not worth anything. So, and so in America, mainly Esau Edom, he didn't look at the long run. You know what I'm saying? He didn't look at the long run and see how would people react to this, you know, scam when they find out at the end that it's a scam. After you made all our money and you know what I'm saying, enslaved the whole planet Earth, how are people going to react when they find out that they ain't really been using money at all? They've been dying and fighting wars for paper.
Well, the scripture said they're going to take up a parable against you. Right. And say that.
That's exactly how they're going to react.
We have to do the second chapter. They say that, right? They're going to take up a parable against you and say, doubt and say that. If I read that real quick, because that's basically going into the point that he made. Just read that real quick. Habakkuk 2. Where it say that they're going to take up a parable against me. Ain't that also Isaiah 14 chapter? Because I thought it said in Habakkuk 2. Habakkuk 2 definitely. Sure. I thought it said in Isaiah 14 chapter 2. It was like, hey, thou hast become as weak as we. Oh, yep. Yeah, right. So it was perfect. You go hand in hand with what y'all reading.
This is Habakkuk chapter 2 and verse 6. It says, shall not these take up a parable against them?
Yeah, the taunting proverb.
Yep, and the taunting proverb.
They're going to talk shit against this devil. You mother, you know?
And a taunting proverb against them,
right.
And say, woe to him that increaseth that which is not his.
Right. So he said, woe to him that increases that which is not his, man. Right? Everything that these devils got, it was stolen. It was ill-gotten gains. That's what it's known as. Ill-gotten gains. You know? Look up the what's that shit called? The Confessions of an Economic Hitman. The elder brother was going into that. Look into that, bro. He was going, I said, man, what the, you know? So that's how they obtain things that don't necessarily belong to them. Like the Panama Deception. Like with the Panama Canal, they put in there fucking, you know, murdered all those Jakes just so they can keep control of that particular location. Because that shit costs, you know, that's plenty of money right there. You know? That's probably, that's billions of dollars a year right there. They get a percentage off of everything that goes through there.
If they can't go to that little canal, they're gonna go all the way underneath South America.
The Horn of Africa.
Oh, half the sloppy, yeah. Oh, I'm finished out.
You got it.
Habakkuk 2 and verse 6, it says, shall not these take up a parable against them and a taunting proverb against them, and say, woe to him that increaseth that which is not his.
Right, and that's why when you go into Job, the 30th chapter, where it said they cried after him, that's after a thief. They said, get out of here, you damn thief. Throwing rocks at his feet. Get out. You hear me? Get some rocks thrown at his feet out. Get out of here, you damn thief.
Another way they increase that was not theirs is through credit. You know what I'm saying? Because they hear that they haven't fully paid for the shit, but they gonna give it to you based on credit.
Yeah, and we were talking about the fiat currency earlier. With the acquisition of all the real money.
God, that's spiritual too, because it's a book called I think it's the Babylonian Bankers or something like that, but I read a portion of it, and basically, like the whole concept of fiat money goes back to Babylon, because basically, you know, like you said, fiat currency, they're giving you something that's of no value, and something that's of value. You know what I mean? So like I said, like when you go to a bank and basically take out a loan, they're giving you numbers on the screen, but you got to put up something like a house or a car. So you got a physical asset, and you gonna basically sign that over so you can part on the loan. Now
They own your house or your car.
That's how Esau was able to build this infrastructure. Because when you're able to do that off of nothing, you're good in the front end, but you're not thinking of the latter end.
Right.
Hit you in the back end. You know what I'm saying? And now this is why you got the debt count. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's wicked, man. You take away a man, you make a man wage in his house. You know what I'm saying?
Now, that's why I said ill-gotten gain.
Yeah.
That's why the scriptures speak about that. Well, you said that they got riches by wrong, so that's the same thing. Riches by deceit and riches by wrong. You know what I'm saying? So it's the same concept, man.
Continuing on, back at 26, it says, "How long? And to him that ladeth himself with thick clay."
How long, man? They ready for this motherfucker to go. They gonna be ready to get this nigga up out of here, man.
Yeah.
How much longer we gotta deal with this shit? You know?
Right.
And then those niggas say that we gonna win. The niggas say we gonna win. The niggas over there in America, they say we gonna win. So they like, fuck it. The Bible say it. You know what I'm saying? They gonna put two and two together. They gonna be like, man, look, anything is better than this.
You know what? Because they get real bold with it. You know what I mean? Like at one point in time, these countries want to deal with what they doing now. You know what I mean? They like fuck America in their face. Oh, Lord, y'all was
Yeah, let the weak say I am strong.
I got that revelation.
I got that. Hold on, let me read Isaiah 13, because that's just back to what you just said, and this is what you was called earlier. It's Isaiah 14, verse 10, verse 9. Hell from beneath is moved to meet thee at thy coming.
Right, just what he was just saying, right? That's talking about the nations, right?
It says, hell from beneath is moved. This is like Isaiah 14 and 9. Hell from beneath is moved for to meet thee at thy coming. It stir up the dead for thee. Like you said, the dead that's going to the other nations. It says, even all the chief ones.
They're dead to the fact that they're heathens,
right,
according to the scriptures. Well, some of them know, like Apostle Tahar was saying. Some of them heathens be knowing. Like Canaanites and the Mizraimites. We seen it. Ishmaelite, they be knowing. Ishmael be knowing. We seen some Mizraimites at fucking Edgewater one time. These niggas was mugging us too. You know what I'm saying? Like, there was some tall, dark, black niggas, man. Real life Canaanites, Hamites niggas. They was looking at us too, like the niggas want to get at us though. Like real time, remember the brother Aaron Shaw was with me, I remember, because we had a lot of wars with them Philistines. The Egyptians, we had a lot of battles with them demons, man. And I felt the energy. Yeah, come on. You said Goliath? Yep. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I felt the energy, bro. I remember. I said, yeah, fucking Hamites right there, bro. Them niggas looking like I never read you.
It says, it stir up the dead for thee, even all the chief ones of the earth. It have raised up from their thrones all the kings of the nations. So all the kings of the nations will rise up against you. Verse 10, all they shall speak and say unto thee, art thou also become weak as we? Art thou become like unto us? So that's what the nations is going to be thinking. That's what they're thinking now. Because your only strong is your economy. So your economy is your currency. Your country is going to come in. Because everything's not going to be able to be held in place like it should. So certain supplies and certain things that might be needed logistically is not going to be able to come through. Okay, so they're going to be looking at America like, well, this place is as weak as us. This place is a third world country now. Look at their food. Look at their food supply chain. Look at their water supply. Flint still ain't got clean water. Why you niggas stop marching? Right. Niggas stop marching. You got tired of marching? Because, you know what I'm saying? Here it is. You don't get what you want. You just give up. I thought you was fighting powers. What happened to that shit?
Only when it's convenient.
Right.
Only till your feet start hurting.
Because they thought the white man was going to show mercy. That nigga still ain't give you clean water.
Hey, they looking for a nation that cannot save them. You want that precept though? This is Revelation chapter 17 and verse 16. It says, "And the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore, and shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire. You know? No, you got it.
Okay, that's all. That's all about the you gave up the like.
Revelation 17 and 16. And the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore.
If I'm not mistaken, the 10 horns represent the EU, the European Union, which is the economic aspect of the beast, which is weak. We talk about America being weak. Our government so weak is weak. They tell you in Daniel, the 2nd chapter, what is it? Part iron, part clay. That clay represents the weakness of the economy of the so-called white man's power structure today. Okay? Let's read that again.
Right. Revelation 17 and 16. And the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore.
The allies of America, the European Union, they're going to turn and hate America.
And shall make her desolate and naked.
Right. By what? By thermonuclear missiles, man. They ain't make the missiles to put them in a museum, you know, like we always say, or to do a documentary on how it was made. No. You're going to know the missiles going to be used, man. They tell you that in the scriptures. Isaiah 54 and 17. You know that the Lord have created the smith, which is the modern scientist that blow up the coals in the fire, man. And the waster, he created it to destroy. What do you think the day of the Lord is? The scripture says it's darkness and not light.
And that dude, Robert Oppenheimer. This nigga, he said he become the destroyer of worlds. Now, when you go into the word world in the New Testament, it got 3 translations, right? We know all 3: eon, oikoumene, and cosmos, right? So he talking about in an eon sense, but that's going to destroy the world, right? This age, right? This time period in the eon sense, man, of the Edomites. Because he said he destroy his worlds, because we know the world, like the earth ain't going to be destroyed. We know that. So what do you mean by that? You know, the destroyer of worlds.
I'll show you that the earth is massive, man. And the earth is a heck of a creation, man. You know what I'm saying? It's going to endure the nuclear destruction, bro. It's like, wow, the earth is massive, bro.
The earth about it forever.
Right.
You know?
The earth is strong too, bro.
That's what I mean. Like, it's a strong structure.
Yeah.
For it to take that
The earth's solid, and then the Lord is going to stand. You know what I'm saying?
And like I say too, because when you think about how Esau's been destroying this place, he's been drilling big ass drills into the earth. You know what I'm saying? Forcing the so-called tectonic plates to move. Now you got massive earthquakes all over the place, volcanoes erupting because Esau is fucking with the damn crust and all that stuff like that. The earth is, man. The Lord created the earth to withstand Esau, man, and this goofy ass nigga, right? The Lord created the earth to withstand all Esau's bullshit, man. You know, because if Esau could destroy the earth, because he knows that he can't run this bitch no more, he would take this bitch out, man. You know.
That's why they have so much
Yeah.
They agree on not letting off these nuclear missiles, but the Heavenly Father is going to do away with that so-called peace treaty real soon.
Yeah, the Lord said he's going to put hooks in our jaws. Roughly paraphrasing. And I think Libya in that. Libya one of those countries. Because I was just watching a lesson with the elder brother going in about Gaddafi and how he wanted to he would give you $5,000 if you get married. If you got married, if you wanted to start a farm, he would give you the tractor and seeds and all that shit. He would give you, if you wanted to study abroad, he'll pay for room and board and for the tuition and all that. This is what the nigga was doing, but then they got this propaganda over here about this man and I was like, bro, man, like the scripture talk about, man, you know, it's the time of the demons, right? It's that evil time, man. I'm like, man, people get so, what's the word? I'm drawing a blank.
Because he was mentioning how Esau, you know, when he created this, built his kingdom up, he ain't think about it in the long run. You know, this is the book of Sirach chapter 10 and verse 8. It says, because of unrighteous dealings injuries and riches got by deceit. The kingdom is translated from one people to another, you know, and so that's the purpose. I mean, that's part of the reason for the Lord, doing a transition of kingdoms, man. You know, you see the Lord, making these heathens kingdom to depreciate while, at the same time he's looking up, and exalting, the elect, man.
Yeah, because they said the kingdom was translated because wealth is just translated from one people, from the possession of one nation to another. And that's another indication that the current money that you have is not real money. Okay? Because the current currency that they're using right now, they literally created it. Okay? It wasn't translated. Okay? It was created. It wasn't here from the beginning. Like when we take the kingdom, like I say in Daniel 7:18, when we take the kingdom and we spoil the nations, all the spoils that we're going to take, those are the same metals and precious spoils from back in the ancient world. It's the same material, literally. You know what I mean? It's not nothing new.
Talk about Satan and think about his latter end. So I got one. This is Isaiah chapter 47. And I'm going to start at verse 6. When it's verse 7, and it reads, I was wroth with my people. I have polluted mine inheritance and given them into thine hand. Thou didst show them no mercy. Upon the ancient hast thou very heavily laid thy yoke. Verse 7. And thou saidest, I shall be a lady forever.
Right, so they put hell on the Lord's people. And they're talking about these Edomites, man. Right? Very heavily laid thy yoke. Look at the condition that our people, that's a heavy yoke. That's a heavy burden. That's why our people bugged out, bro. Because of the burden, the yoke that they've been, you know what I'm saying?
To have zero in your account, or you know what I'm saying? To
Forever.
Take the paycheck, bro. That's what I'm saying. Like from time
To live in an apartment all your life. Never live in a house. To be confined to an apartment your entire existence on earth. You hear me? That's a heavy burden. That's a heavy yoke that's on our people. You know, then you got to deal with mental trauma. You got, from the effects of our history. And then there's no reason, you just walking around free, really fucking dilly, bro. You know what I'm saying? The same ones who was leading the dogs who sent D'Artagnan and the nigga had, you hear me, them type motherfuckers just walking around all willy nilly.
Verse 7, it says, and thou saidest, I shall be a lady forever. So
right, that's what they think. They gonna be prancing around forever.
So that thou didst not lay these things to thy heart, neither didst remember the latter end of it.
What's the latter end? Like I said, the Lord, he set up one and he put him down another. I'll tell you that in Psalms.
Well, if I say this too real quick, the latter end is the scripture tell you what? Esau is the end of the world. And Jacob is the beginning of it that follows.
Hey, because right now that whore that John the Revelator saw, she probably was in high heels. You know what I'm saying? Not so high heels, but what now in her latter end, them high heels and busted. They're spraining her ankle and shit. You know what I'm saying? Now she hobbling and shit. Now she looks busted as fuck, man. Her skirt has been lifted. Yeah. All that, man. So this is the latter end of this whore, man. You know what I mean?
Which when a woman, she go from dressing like in a modest way to herself being exposed, you no longer respect her. You no longer have a certain reverence for her or care, or you know what I'm saying? You just don't give a fuck. Look at this homie. You know what I'm saying? So that's how they gonna feel about America. They don't have that same respect when she sat a lady.
That was, since y'all bringing that up, you might as well go back to verse 1. It's Isaiah chapter 47, verse 1. Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. Sit on the ground, there is no throne, O daughter of the Chaldeans. For thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate.
And there's no more throne, man, because why? Because Yahweh is in the process of dethroning her, man. Right. All right? And now that crown that was sitting on her head, you know what I'm saying, it's being removed, man. That corruptible crown that she put on her head. All right? You got it, man.
Verse 2. Take the millstones and grind meal. Uncover thy locks. Make bare the leg.
Yeah, they're going to be in a position of servitude. grinding mills, working at millstones, just like we do. You know, all these what you call this back breaking labor, right? Working like a Hebrew slave. You know what I'm saying? Working the death. You work from the dark to dark. You hear me?
Niggas
From the sun, huh?
Niggas still dying in factories and warehouses and shit. Niggas work till they die nowadays.
Right.
My dad.
Right, and then the thing about people working in these factories, cause this devil, he's so subtle, right? You'll get sick and develop a sickness and don't even know about it. You feel me? The next thing you know is some of your stuff. You can't breathe. You hear me? Your heart somehow, you know?
That's what happened down on like around 55th when in the industrial was booming down here, and they didn't have all these health codes. All that soot was being breathed in. You know what I'm saying? But now, they slipped all that under the rug, man, until people started dying. Right? Just like that. But just like what happened with these train derailments, right? These train derailments, what did Esau do? They swept it under the rug, tried to keep it quiet. You know what I'm saying? So people wouldn't panic. They tried to clean all that shit up before people would know.
Well, you know what they do? They give you bread and circus. Monte Davis and Ryan Garcia. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they probably gonna pass some legislation.
Monte Davis and Ryan Garcia.
That's the spirit, because the brother just brought that up. The brother like all of them, like you were just saying that. Like you said, right now, that is bread and God, I heard you mention it. That's the spirit. Because right now, that is the bread and service. Right now, that's the biggest distraction. And there's a whole bunch of shit going on too. They app and this, all this stuff that's going. Like you said, basically, I forgot what you mentioned. Because people starving to death right now. But they mentioned time, but yet still, you talked about this fucking fight. You know what I mean?
Yeah, playoffs, basketball playoffs.
Oh yeah, right here. You know, playoffs.
Verse 3. It says, pass over, it says, make bare the leg, uncover the thigh, pass over the rivers. Thy nakedness shall be uncovered, yea, thy shame shall be seen. I will take vengeance, and I will not meet thee as a man.
Right. When the Lord come back, he coming back to put the entire nation of Edom and all the other heathen nations in slavery, man. Somebody Revelation 11 and 15. You know? And you people, you gonna come down, you gonna sit in the dust, you gonna be confused as fuck. If you can imagine the first generation of Edomite slaves with that dumbass look on their face, with that chain around their neck, they're gonna be completely they don't know what the fuck is going on, bro. Because a lot of them ain't even gonna know why they got a yoke of iron around their neck. It's gonna be made known and manifest unto them while they hopping on ships that you was oppressing the children of Israel.
Oh, they gonna know. They gonna know. They gonna know. Because it's gonna be spread abroad. That's the controversy. You just read it in Isaiah 34. They gonna motherfucking know. They gonna all the Edomite gonna know. It's like the niggas, whatever that dude name who made the song. Am I am I have faith in Jesus. They all know, bro. They all know.
I got a piece of, matter of fact, we're gonna saying that. All right, this is Ezekiel 35, verse 11. Therefore, as I live, saith the Lord, Yahweh power, I will even do according to thine anger and according to thine envy, which thou hast used out of thy hatred against them, and I will make myself known among them when I have judged thee. I thought it was going to say something else.
Well,
I thought it was going to say that the Lord shall be known among them. But
when you read Ezekiel 25,
the Lord is going to be known.
yeah. But that's good, you know. Lord, when we praise and edify, we want to give all glory and praise to you. Hallelujah.
Hashem, Yahushai, Hashem, Kakudash.
No bonus to the apostles, levels of great and strong rule well. Shalom, Wakasala, Bakayar, Wapapabal.
Shalom.
One love of